was not good. Like their masters, the Germans, the Romanians laid waste everything in their path. They approached Odessa from Chisinau. The Soviets formed a special maritime army with sailors fighting on land beside the infantry. By the end of August, the sailors of the Black Sea Fleet had lost 40% of their number. The Marines, twice that. But they had exacted a price. On August the 20th, the Nazis renewed their assault. They forced their way within 7 miles of the city. The defenders of Odessa turned to some strange expedients. Thin sheets of armor plate welded onto a tractor body gave them a vehicle they christened the Odessa tank. Song of the Russian Navy was Voyna. It called the comrades forward for the start of the last parade. On September 22nd, the Marines began a series of savage counterattacks. But by now, the Nazis had bypassed Odessa and overrun the Crimea. The losses inflicted by the defenders of Odessa were enough to slow the German advance, but not to reverse it. The Germans' next target was Sevastopol. The Soviet High Command judged that Odessa's landward defenses could not be held indefinitely. They ordered Odessa evacuated. It was a calm, well-organized operation. 30,000 soldiers with all their equipment were embarked for the defense of Sevastopol in the Caucasus. They were victors. They had killed 70,000 Romanians, wounded 100,000 more, and sapped the Romanian army's will to fight. Escorted by the Black Sea Fleet, they approached their new epic, the siege of Sevastopol. Behind them, Odessa became the fourth hero city of the Soviet Union, alongside Leningrad, Moscow, and Stalingrad.
The unknown war will continue in a moment. The Battle of the Seas.
Sevastopol, the Soviets' principal naval base in the Black Sea and Russia's Gibraltar. The 9-month siege of Sevastopol began on October 30th, 1941. The Germans had overwhelming air superiority, and some Soviet pilots chose the heroic but desperate expedient of ramming their enemies in midair. On the ground, the Soviets were outnumbered 2 to 1. They had 50,000 troops inside the fortress, 21,000 of them Marines. 125,000 bombs were dropped on the city in the 9 months. The Germans brought up a super-heavy howitzer. It had long since reduced the Belgian and French forts. Now it went to work on Sevastopol. Shelled incessantly, the inhabitants of Sevastopol went underground. Inside the towering cliffs of the North Bay, there were huge caves and labyrinths of tunnels. The wounded could be treated in safety. Anastasia Chaush continued to work at a factory in one of the caves, though she had lost a hand from a bomb explosion. She was 16. Shells, mortar shells, mines, grenades, 24 hours a day. The caves also sheltered armored trains mounting naval guns. Five Russian sailors performed an act of extraordinary heroism.